Hi, this is Scott with ClaySys. What we'll be taking a look at today with this video is how you can dynamically change the field or control properties in your ClaySys app form based upon data that your users have entered into the form. So as an example, the form design that you see in front of you that I have on the screen, this is basically a small expense report type of a form design. 3 different amount fields, TXT amount 1, 2, and 3, and then a total field, which will eventually sum those 3 amounts. And what we want to demonstrate today is, let's assume that the TXT total amount is greater than $50, then the background color of that field will change to red. If it's equal to 50 or under, we'll switch it back to white. So some type of visual indicator to your user that something might be wrong with the data that they've entered. Let's just take a look at that briefly. Here I've already published my form and checked it in, so let's go ahead and enter some sample data here and you'll see how this works. So as I enter the data, you can see that the total field is summing those values. And now on this last one, TXT amount 3 field, once I tab off of this, we'll have a total of $60 and the background color will change to red. There we go. And now if we allow the users to change that, we'll go back up here and let's say make this 20, so we're right at 50. Our total gets updated and our background color now is back to white. So that's the kind of functionality we're talking about implementing here in this video. So how is that done? Let's switch back over to our form designer. And we know the first thing that we need to do here is to add an expression, a rule for this TXT total field that will add these 3 values. So let's do that first. So we'll switch over to the rule tab. Let's just start creating a rule. We'll give this a name of sum and format. This, of course, can be any name that you like. So the first thing we want to do is get this total field to sum those values. So we're going to right-click on our rule and choose Add Action. And then as we start typing our control names, you'll see the IntelliSense window pops up. We can select our total field because you know what we're trying to do here is set the value of that equal to, we have a function called sum, so we're setting it to the equal to the sum of those 3 other fields. So TXT amount 1 dot value, amount 2 dot value, and finally amount 3 dot value. Perfect. So now we have our expression set up so that our total field will sum those other 3 fields. Let's see how that works. Let's preview the form and we'll enter 10. And you can see that actually nothing is happening in our total field. Why is that? Okay, remember we've only created so far a standalone rule. We haven't basically told this rule when it's supposed to execute. So we have to do that. We have to provide that trigger as to when that rule is going to take its action and sum those values. So in our sample here, we know that we'd want that rule to execute whenever any of those values, amount 1, 2, or 3, changes. So what we do here is we go down to our attached triggers section here on the left-hand side, and next to TXT amount 1, 2, and 3, there's an arrow. We'll add each of these as a trigger. So that means anytime any of the values change in any one of those 3 fields, this rule will execute. Now let's try that one more time. So let's preview the form. Now let's put in 10, and you can see now we're starting to get a total. We'll put in 20, it's going, and now 30. We have our correct expression. So we know that part works. So now the last part of this demonstration is how do we get that back color to change dynamically? Okay, let's take a look at that. So we know we have a condition that we want to meet, a test, where the total field has to be greater than 50 for it to change the background color. So we need to add a decision. So we'll right-click again on our rule and choose Add Decision. And our test is, or our condition, is the value in TXT total greater than 50. That's the test. If it is, we'll right-click here and choose Add Action. We want the background color, which is off of the style property, we want that background color to be equal to red. That's simple. That's all it takes to change the background color. But remember now, we also want to switch it back to white if the user goes up and changes the data, right? So we have our second decision we have to check. So we'll add another decision, and we'll choose if the value in our total field is less than or equal to 50. Now we want to switch it back to white. So we'll add our action, and the same basic steps. Background color equals white. There we go. So that should allow us to give the functionality that we want. Let's take a look and make sure that works. preview. We'll add our sample data again, 10, 20. And now again, once I tab off of here, our total should reflect 60, and the background color should change to red. There we go. And if we allow the user to switch that back, we're back to 50, and our background color is white. So it is that simple to change field and control properties using ClaySys AppForms. I hope you found this video to be beneficial. We are going to be producing more of these how-to type videos in the coming weeks and months, so be sure to check our website often for new demonstrations. You can find all of our videos at http://www.clayssys.com/pages/viewdemo.aspx. If there is a video you would like to see that is currently not on our site, please let us know by sending an email to info@claysys.com, and we will do our best to get one created for you. Again, I hope you found this video to be of benefit, and thank you for using ClaySys AppForms.